welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I would like to talk to you of another film. Another film that I think is severely underrated, nobody really talks about it, and really, the film didn't do too great at the box office. But that doesn't mean it is not a great film. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it. Today, I would like to talk to you of Gina Carano's film debut, HAYWIRE. Starring Gina Carano, Ewan McGregor, Channing Tatum, Antonio Banderas, Michael Fassbender, and Bill Paxton, with Ewan McGregor. Story of a ex-CIA operative that gets framed for murder on a mission, and she's on the run and needs to clear her name. Yeah, it's one of those espionage revenge films that we've seen over and over again. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with a guilty pleasure. This is one of my guilty pleasures. I love this genre, which you don't really see that much anymore. I just know I heard recently the 355 film is kind of like that. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But this film, what's different about all those other films? Let's put it that way. That this has to be, to me, one of the most realistic action scenes or action films that I've seen. Yeah, and the film doesn't have, I would say, like a big budget, like a $100 million, $200 million. This movie was made somewhere around $20 million, and I think this is also Steven Soderbergh's first or second really like action film. And this is more of a style over substance kind of film, but it actually kind of goes through pretty quick, and it keeps you engaged. What I really liked about this film, and it's one of those films where when you watch the film, it begins with a certain character or the main protagonist in a certain situation, and you're kind of wondering how they got there. So the film, spoiler a little bit, flashbacks to how she got there. Her name, I believe, is Mallory Kane, the CIA operative who gets framed for a suspicious murderer on a mission. And the movie chronicles her journey from a mission to extract this guy and needs to keep him safe and trying to figure out something else that goes on along the story. And she gets framed for murder. And then you see her journey towards to that all the way towards to where the film started in the beginning of the film. Then it continues to play out, which I love that way of storytelling. It kind of keeps you engaged. It's not like it's somewhat like a non-linear kind of narrative where it's a little bit risky, but I actually like it because it plays with your mind a little bit. It kind of makes you makes you kind of think a bit. In the film, what I really noticed about it while watching this film, it doesn't give you too many details. I mean, yeah, it could give you kind of like extra details about the plot, but honestly, this is a spy thriller, so there's certain elements in the film where it's very, I would say, very complicated for a spy film. But straightforward, you have Mallory Kane, who's set up for murder, and she's trying to figure out why, and she's on a mission to clear her name. And the action scenes in there are great. They don't last long, but they last long enough to keep you engaged, and they're thrilling, and it's filmed beautifully with the legendary Steven Soderbergh, who I think the dude's a great filmmaker. I mean, he's a filmmaker I really respect. I haven't seen all his films, but I know he's one that loves to experiment with style over substance, and every film that I've seen him in, he nails it. More so better than others, but he's a great job. He does a great job with film. He's amazing. He's amazing with this. This is more, I think, his movie than it is with Gina Carano's. Gina Carano's is great in here, but I don't know if the director had her kind of just made her voice a little bit more somewhat masculine a little bit, or someone else dubbed her voice, because when she talks in real life, her voice is kind of light, or she just made her voice sound tougher. I think that kind of threw me off a little bit, but other than that, it's a minor thing. I actually like that these actors that were in here, some of them don't really have pivotal roles, more like cameos, but they all kind of have I would say, purpose into the story. But really, the focus is on Mallory Kane on her journey to clear her name. The action scenes are mostly just hand-to-hand combat, and you can see the action scenes. They're not shaky cam. They're not all this shit just for you to kind of just get the idea that this actor could fight. No, this person, this Gina Carano, MMA fighter, she knows what she's doing in this, and she delivers with every action scene in here. In fact, I think it has one of my favorite car chase scenes. I mean, the car chase scene is on the snow, but I like it doesn't over exaggerate with music, with crazy camera shakiness. It kind of just goes along with the tone, and it's there. And it's kind of interesting. It's actually very entertaining and funny, but not like funny in a bad way, but funny to where you see the situation that kind of happens, and you kind of just laugh at certain things. Just not how bad it is, because it's not bad. It's filmed perfectly. Just how she kind of outsmarts certain characters, and just certain situations that she ended up getting in. Just how it kind of plays out. Though you do feel the budget in here. The film doesn't have a big budget, so there's certain, I guess, scenarios that she would that she would deal with, that you respect. Okay, maybe there should be more police there. Maybe there should be more cops chasing her. There should be more people going after her. But I think it just showed in the budget. But everybody else does great. Everybody does great in here. The action scenes in here are great. The editing in here is fast. It's straight to the point, and it doesn't drag. Really, this is actually, I think, one of my favorite films. With the female lead kicking ass and all that. This is one of the best films. One of the best, to me, spy action films that I've seen, and very underrated. Actually, when the trailer came out, it gave off that vibe. It was like those old classic like action movies back in the 90s. But when you watch it, it is to a degree, but on a low budget, and it delivers. Check this out. Check it out, man. I was disappointed when I got news that this film bombed. Because it was actually one of my favorite films of 2012. Everybody does a phenomenal job. And the twists and turns that play out on this film is superb. One of the best crafted action films I've seen from any filmmaker. This film is extremely underrated. Please check this out and support the Gina Carano, man. You're amazing in this. You're amazing in The Mandalorian. Please give this a try. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you next time. And what is your favorite underrated movie?